Welcome to High Desert Ballistics. Today, guys, we have the Glock 17. This is one of the most iconic handguns in all of firearm history, and today we are going to be seeing if its legendary status can hold up. So I did just pick up this Glock 17, and this is my first handgun purchase actually. I've got like 6 other rifles and shotguns, but this is the first handgun that I've ever picked up, and I thought that this would be a perfect one to test because this is one of the most iconic, and it's actually the first Glock. So most police forces use these, a lot of the militaries use these, and today we're going to be putting it up to the test. So if you're wondering what comes inside of the box, I'm going to open up here. So we have the actual handgun itself, the Glock 17. It comes with 2 mags. It comes with 2 of the little backings on the grip so that you can change them out. And what we're going to be shooting today is some 9mm Luger. That's what we shoot out of the Glock 17. So this model of Glock that I picked up is the Glock 17 Gen 4. And the reason that I picked this one, opposed to like the 19, which a lot of people use for concealed carry, is that I picked the 17 because it's a little bit bigger. I don't plan on concealing it anytime soon. I'm just mainly going to be using this as a range gun. And I know that it is a full-sized one, which is a little bit less convenient for concealing. But the full size is a little bit easier for me because I am quite big and my hands are big, so the full-size pistol is exactly what I was looking for. So the story behind this gun is that I got it secondhand. I was not the original purchaser. I just bought it last week. I got it from some guy online and he sold it to me in person as a private sale. So I am not the first person to buy this gun, but it's actually quite brand new. He said he only put a couple rounds through it, did a trigger upgrade. The sights are night sights so that you can see them in the dark. And other than that, the entire gun is factory pretty much new, and I would assume that it probably only has about 100 or 200 rounds through it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how the actual gun feels itself. So this is the first pistol that I've ever purchased. I've used my grandparents, I've used my buddies, both have been SIGs, and this is the first time actually that I'm going to be firing a Glock. I've never shot someone else's, and this is actually going to be my first one that I'm going to be shooting. So the first thing that I want to cover is the actual grip itself. So this Glock, this generation, the Generation 4, has the finger grooves, as you can see, in the grip. That's somewhat of a controversial whether to have it, whether to not have it. I believe recently they did remove them, but with this generation they do have them. And I kind of do like the finger grooves. Initially, I was kind of skeptical about them because I didn't know with my hand size whether or not it was going to fit. I've got slightly larger hands, and they actually fit my hand perfectly fine. So I would say that the finger grooves are a nice added touch. It allows you to get a better grip on the gun itself. And also it's got a lot of the dimpling in the grip, which is very nice. It adds a lot of grip, and it makes it so that it's not going to slide out of your hand. Now onto the trigger. The gun is clear, and I'm going to be testing the trigger. So this one is, I believe, aftermarket, is what the guy that sold it to me said, but it should be pretty similar to the factory original one. It does have the built-in safety in the trigger, and you can see that you have to depress that down to pull the trigger. But you can see that the trigger has a lot of movement. Then you hit the wall, keeps moving. Okay, reset it. So for the Glock trigger, I would definitely say that it is kind of different from the other guns that I own. The trigger has the built-in somewhat safety, just so that it's not as easy to pull the trigger on accident. It does have a lot of movement in it, and it takes a while for it to reset, quite a bit of distance. But overall, I would say that it's acceptable. And onto the slide. The slide on this one doesn't have any ports. It's not anything special. The barrel doesn't have any threads. This is just one of the standard models. But what is kind of nice is that on the back of the slides, they've got the grooves. I know that most handguns have these, but it just makes it a little bit easier so that you can pull it back. That is a nice little touch. So the first ammo I'm going to be shooting is some of this PMC Full Metal Jacket. Okay, I got 17 rounds loaded up, and they're going to be going downrange. So not so great on the first one. I haven't shot a pistol in quite a while, so I need to definitely practice a bit more. But this is what the target is looking like. We've got some holes here and nothing in the bullseye, but it looks like everything's left and maybe down a little bit. So I think that's just maybe anticipation for the recoil, but I need to practice a little more and I'll see what I can do. I'll put up a new target. I've got a fresh target out there and 17 more rounds. Gonna be sending those downrange. Okay, this one is a little bit better. It looks like at least the 17 were on the piece of paper. So grouping definitely got a little bit better once I tightened my grip and at least got that first mag just to practice. Now to switch things up a little bit, I'm going to be using this steel target. This is just a railroad track, but I'm going to be shooting that. Okay, now we are on to the steel target. Now that I've got some practice with the Full Metal Jackets, I'm going to be testing out some of this Hornady Critical Duty. These are the rounds that the FBI uses, is what it says on mine. So I wanted to try out some of these. I've got a few extra that are not going to be in my carry-around magazine, and I'm going to be testing these out. So with the regular Full Metal Jacket boxes that I buy at the gun store, I can get 50 rounds for anywhere between $11 and $15 a box. But this one down here, for only 25 rounds, which is half the amount of rounds, it was $35. So I mean, it would be $70 a box. This stuff is definitely not going to be something that you shoot at the range just for practice. This is going to be something that you feed into your gun just to make sure that it can reliably feed, and that when you go to actually use it one day, you know that it's going to work. So I loaded 4 into the magazine. So up next, I've got the Hornady Critical Duty, and I'm going to be shooting these hollow points at the target. It doesn't look so good over here. It looks like I've got 3 on the paper and 1 on the actual target itself. This is quite a small target too. I mean, this isn't the size of a human, but I've got 1 there, I think 2 there, and 1 more there. So I definitely need to practice more, but I know that these rounds will definitely reliably feed. Finally, as the last test, I'm going to be doing 3 rounds of 5 shots each time with a fresh target, just so I can see what kind of grouping I'm getting with rapid fire. And I'm going to be replacing the target so I can see the grouping. So it looks like I've got 2 shots here in the center, and then I've got 3 off here to the side. Time for me to replace the target. Got a fresh 5 rounds. So these ones were about the same spot, a little bit left and a little bit high. And I think I got 2 here. Another fresh 5. These 5 are all on the target this time, on the paper. Boom, 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 boom. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this review of the Glock 17. And I am happy to say that the Glock 17 definitely lives up to its reputation. This is just a legendary pistol. I shot well over 100 rounds today, and I know that's not a lot, but I didn't even have a single jam, any kind of misfire, anything at all happen. It fed all of the 100 rounds reliably. I tried 2 different kinds. I used Full Metal Jacket, I used the Hornady hollow points, and everything went through perfectly fine. So for the money, about 500 bucks, I would definitely say that the Glock 17 is worth it for an entry-level concealed carry or just a range pistol. Anything in 9mm for that entry level for 500 bucks would be a pretty good deal. The groupings that I got, I'm not the greatest shooter when it comes to pistols because I don't practice with those a lot, but I would say that the grouping is decent for a new shooter. The recoil is definitely manageable. The grip, it's definitely got really nice finger grooves. It's got the safety trigger, which is pretty nice. The overall design of the pistol is definitely ergonomic. It's very easy to handle, very easy to use. Opening it up and cleaning the inside, super easy. Does not have a lot of moving parts. It's clear here, but I mean in as simple as 2 seconds. You just pull the trigger, pull slightly back, down, slide comes right off. The biggest downside I would say to a Glock pistol is definitely the magazine. I had to go on Amazon and get one of these speed loaders for the Glock magazine because it is kind of difficult to get all 17 rounds in there. You definitely have to push pretty hard, and sometimes it can hurt your fingers. So if you're shooting over 100, 200 rounds, I would definitely say that you would want to get a speed loader for the magazine. And otherwise, I don't think that there are many other downsides to the Glock. It's definitely a great design. It's very reliable, and it's pretty good for a new shooter. Thank you for watching High Desert Ballistics. I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Please let us know what you want to see next. If you want to see gun reviews, if you want to see gun or bullet versus, we can definitely make some more of those. You just have to comment and tell us what you want to see. But for this video, I would definitely say that the Glock 17 lives up to its legendary status, and I would definitely recommend it to any new shooter. Thank you for watching High Desert Ballistics. Please like, comment, subscribe so we can keep making content like this for you guys. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.